Hello and welcome to something kind of different on my channel, new video series that I'm trying out. So as you can see, this is Total War Warhammer, not Final Fantasy, and between being a little sick the past month and having internet problems and feeling a little stuck in my FF10 game, I'm taking a break from it, but I did want to try recording with this game that I've been playing and enjoying a ton of in the last 6 months or so. So I'm going to be playing a Mortal Empires campaign as Arkhan the Black, who is the leader of the followers of Nagash faction. And I want to try something pretty challenging with this campaign. I'm going to try playing with the this is Total War restriction, or like constraint, which basically means I have to be at war with everyone, every other faction I encounter. I can never make peace with anybody, and Confederation would be allowed, but the Tomb King's faction or races can't confederate, so that doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm confident this is possible without any sort of truly game-breaking exploits, but it's going to be very challenging. Certainly, like, small mistakes could be pretty much game over in the early game, but I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm playing on the hardest difficulties. This is just the vanilla game, so I'm not playing with any mods. And yeah, let's get started. I'm not going to talk too much. I know lots of people watching probably subscribe to my channel just for Final Fantasy, which is totally fine. If you are interested in this game, I do recommend it. I'm not going to say too much, like talk through kind of the basics of the game, just because I think that would mean too much talking and not enough playing, but I'll definitely try and explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I've put a fair amount of thought into how I want to play this at the beginning of the campaign, again with the this is Total War restriction being like a pretty big deal. I think it's definitely possible to mess things up early on, so I will go through how I'm going to avoid doing that.
Arkhan, the world resides in turmoil. Our enemies' weaknesses are exposed. The followers of Nagash stand ready to do your bidding. The Knights of the Flame invade in some petty errantry war. Such fools should perish beneath the burning sun. The harsh environment of the desert claims many souls and cities beneath its sands. In exile, your tower has also succumbed to others. Reclaim it and grow your master's followers. With such a force behind you, search out your master's fabled books throughout the world. They are artifacts of immense power and are the key to the Black Pyramid and the great Necromancer's return. Lich King, your path is clear. Unite with your master and let the world tremble once more.
Alright, I decided to just let that intro play. If it's probably obvious at this point that we are not the good guys in this campaign, even before basically deciding to always be at war with everybody. So we start off in kind of the Warhammer equivalent of West Africa, Northwest Africa. So we have these two regions, Wizard Caliph's Palace and Sorcerer's Islands. On the east, we've got these dwarves, a minor dwarf faction called Greybeard's Prospectors in this mountain region. And then to the north, we've got these Bretonnians who are on a errantry quest, although it's kind of parallels to real-world crusades, but it's not a religious expedition in Warhammer. It's just basically to come here and kill the undead, i.e. us. So we start out at war with these guys anyway, and I'll just go through the other people we start off in contact with. There's this tribe of beastmen that you may have seen on the map during the intro. They basically start somewhere up here. So we start with a non-aggression pact with them that I'm going to immediately break and declare war. And same story for the dwarves.
Make your proposal.
And then the other people we start out with contact with are Khemri. So this is another Tomb King faction who in the game, in the lore of the game, absolutely hates us. So we actually start out at war with him anyway, although he's all the way over here, and there's a bunch of people who hate him between him and us. So I'm not particularly worried about him, at least early on. Sometimes he kind of gets wiped out, sometimes he gets a little stronger and sticks around, so we'll see. And then over in Lustria, which is like the South American continent, there's the Vampire Counts, Vampire Coast faction led by this guy. And again we have a peace treaty that I'm just immediately breaking. So I don't expect to have too much trouble with him either. Like, he has his own issues with lizardmen and dark elves and high elves and everything over here, so I don't think he's going to be coming to invade us, but we will see. Alright, so our main threats right away are the dwarves here and the Bretonnians here. So this faction, they're not at war with anyone else, and the dwarves aren't at war with anyone else initially either, so unfortunately that means both of them are going to be just focusing on us. There is this other faction here. This is actually a way scarier Bretonnian faction, so we can... I don't know exactly how the line of sight or like the fog of war works, but we can see the settlement even though we haven't like technically discovered this faction, so the good thing is we don't have to go to war with them. But yeah, this minor Bretonnian faction is going to be sending armies, the dwarves are going to be sending armies, and that's what we're going to start out dealing with. Let's just check our trait on a Lich Priest, Proficient Caster, Base Mismatch Chance. Okay, that's not good unfortunately, but this is like a free Lich Priest, we don't actually have a hero capacity for him. So yeah, here's the heroes we can recruit. Lich Priest 1 of 0, so unfortunately I can't just disband him and try and get a better trait. So he'll be around for a while, and can get rid of him much later on, but can definitely make good use of him in the meantime. So here's our starting army. So Arkhan, our faction, has a funny mix of Vampire Count and Tomb King units. So we have these Crypt Ghouls and Felbats, which are not great units, honestly. I'm going to keep them around. The Crypt Ghouls are definitely better on offense, dealing damage, than the basic Skeleton Spearmen. That's the unit we can recruit as much as we want. So I'll keep the Crypt Ghouls. I'll keep the Bats too, just for now. So I'm going to walk over here to the edge of our territory, start recruiting troops. Going to this stance, which does a bunch of stuff, but basically means we can recruit faster. Yeah, so I have the choice of actually recruiting more of the vampire units or just go for the Tomb King units. So yeah, if you're not familiar with how the Tomb Kings work, they basically don't pay for units with gold. They just have certain like caps on units, and so I can only field up to 4 of these Crypt Ghouls. I can build buildings in my settlements that would increase that, but it leads to an interesting situation where you can't just kind of, or like, it's harder to spam the overpowered units. You kind of have to have a mix of stuff in your armies. I think I actually want to demolish the building that lets me recruit these guys just to get more gold. So before I do that, I'll recruit 2 more Crypt Ghouls. They're not great, I don't really care if they get wiped out in the early battles, but just while I have access to them, I'll recruit them. And recruit more skeletons using global recruitment. So we should be up to a full stack in a couple of turns. It's really important to get a full army early on. Like I said, the Bretonnians are going to be coming. They start out with, yeah, you can see military presence 9, so they start out with 9 units, and they're going to be recruiting and attacking us, because again, like, they're not at war with anyone else. The AI gets boosts to economy and recruitment and so on legendary difficulty, so yeah, they'll have a full stack pretty soon. Alright, so that's recruitment. Let's look at our 2 settlements. So this is the building I was mentioning that lets us recruit those vampire undead units. So because I'm still recruiting the Crypt Ghouls, I can't sell it just yet, but I do want to sell it for that 600 gold. I think it's just, like, gold's super valuable. Speaking of which, I really want gold for this incantation, which unlocks a really powerful unit very early on. So what I need to do to unlock this is own 20 units, which I'm getting to in a few turns, and pay 5,000 gold, which is all of our starting gold, but it's still worth it. This unit is super powerful, basically artillery, and also it gives a temporary boost to recruitment rank, which is nice. So we're going to aim towards that. I'm actually not confident I can hold this settlement, which is a shame because it's a major settlement, so like ideally I'd hang on to it, develop it, start to get higher tier units and so on, but the dwarf armies early on are just really strong. We don't have a lot of armor piercing in our armies, and all the dwarves have heavy armor pretty much. So I'm not confident I can hold this. I'm going to prioritize like holding Sorcerer's Islands. It's much easier to defend because of this little land bridge, and the Bretonnians who are going to come down here to attack are like, their armies are way weaker than the dwarves. So I think with that in mind, I'm not going to spend too much here. I could invest in walls, like try and boost the defenses, but it costs too much money. Like, we just don't have the income right now, and as I said, I really want that Casket of Souls. So yeah, I think I'll just go for this income building. This only has to be around for a few turns to break even on the cost, and because I can sell it for 60% of what I pay for it, so that only needs 4 turns of it being alive, making 50 gold per turn to be worthwhile, and I think I can, like, I don't think the dwarves will attack that quickly, so let's go for that. Otherwise, yep, can't do anything else. We only get 1 army to start with, but we will immediately start to do research towards getting a second one. So we have a choice of which of these dynasties to research. I'm not going to go through all the advantages, but one thing I'm definitely looking at is like these 3 options give additional hero recruitment, and depending on the dynasty, it's either like a small amount of gold, more gold, or these canopic jars, which are a special Tomb King resource. So yeah, so looking at this, I feel like the Tomb Princes are kind of the weakest type of hero overall. So the Lich Priest is a spellcaster and can get super powerful. The Necrotect is like weaker at fighting than the Tomb Prince, but gives bonuses, like can increase our unit capacities, let us recruit more construct units later on. So they're really good. And yeah, the other factors are these technologies, which are kind of minor, and I don't really want to be spending time on these. Like, I really need to focus on getting more armies out, so I'm not going to look at these or make a decision based on these. Then there's the proclamations, which are kind of global bonuses, which are nice. Like, they're not nothing. They cost a lot of gold. Gold's going to be a problem for a long time. And then there's these unique lords that you can recruit. The idea is like you recruit this army, then you can, you know, if you have the canopic jars, you can hire this special guy to lead them. So they have global bonuses. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't make too much difference which of these I start with, but like this lord is quite strong early on because he boosts the melee attack of all his units in his army by 8 when fighting in the desert, which we will be a lot. That range plus 10% for lord's army is also pretty nice. But I'm not actually, I don't have in mind to actually use this guy as a lord. I'll explain a little more why that is. Like, I don't think he's going to end up leading my second army. He may end up leading my third army, in which case I don't need to worry about getting this right away. Yeah, lots of these lords at the top boost units that I don't really have access to yet. So, not really a priority. I'm going to go for the third dynasty to get another cheap Necrotect, which is, yeah, the type of hero I was talking about before. Yeah, yeah. I'll end up doing all of these, it's just a question of the order, but let's start with that one. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else I need to do here? I'm not doing more building. I've already declared war on on everybody. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to just like permanently be at war. I have to just manually check each turn if I've encountered anybody new. But that's all 5 of them for now. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't mention this beastman, or didn't say much about this beastman tribe. I should actually, yeah, you can keep track of where they are by looking at the chaos corruption, which I should actually do. They can be really annoying. So beastmen like Skaven can ambush attack, which means that they can basically ambush you even like on a normal attack move. So you have to really watch out for that. Yeah, but looking at this, okay, so it says under Chaos Corruption there's 0, and there's always Chaos Corruption associated with the Beastmen herds. So that basically means that they started here and they just went north. So they're going to be like raiding the Chevalier de Lyonesse up here, so not a problem in the short term. Alright, so turn 2, we got our first turn of recruitment done. I don't want any more of these units. I'll keep one unit of bats because I know that the Bretonnians we're going to fight right away, start with a trebuchet, and the bats are kind of useful for taking that out in the first battle, or whenever I fight them. So I'll keep this guy, like this unit, but I don't want more of them. So yeah, just more spearmen. I'm going for spearmen over the swordsmen. It's not like, I don't know, it's not a no-brainer, but I'm going to be fighting Bretonnian cavalry early, and in general I prefer the higher defense of the spearmen. It doesn't, you know, neither of these units are going to be doing much actual offensive damage, they're just too weak. Like, it doesn't make too much difference which you have against the dwarves, they just aren't going to get through the dwarves' armor very well, so may as well go for the more defensive one. Melee troops in general on legendary difficulty just have like a pretty hard time breaking even or doing better than even against enemy troops. Just selling that building because I don't need it anymore. So yeah, generally the best strategy is to use magic and missile fire and single entities like heroes and monsters. Like just generically, those are the strongest options. Alright, so let's keep an eye on where these Bretonnians go. I definitely want to try and catch them in this region if I can, like attack them as they're on force march or something. But let's wait till I have a full army before worrying about that. Keep an eye on the dwarves here too. So yeah, military presence 6, but they start with these 2 regions, so that means there's 12 or 13 units. It's good to keep an eye on that because if that military presence drops, it basically means they're moving out, and that might give us some warning, like a turn before they arrive, to actually attack us. Otherwise, yeah, nothing else to do. Didn't encounter any new factions. So yep, just recruiting more troops and building up our army. Alright. Yeah, so that makes sense. The Beastmen wandered up into this territory and unsurprisingly ended up at war with the Bretonnians who live here, so that's good for us. We still haven't discovered this faction, by the way. We only see this because, like, we know we've encountered the Blooded Axe tribe, but we still don't have to be at war with the, or we can't be at war yet with the Chevaliers de Lyonesse, which is good because they're way scarier than the people we're fighting here. Okay, so one more turn of recruitment, we'll get a full stack. And the turn after that, we'll be able to get our Casket of Souls. So how do I want to do this? Yeah, they've just gone from 9 to 15 units, which is way faster than a human player could recruit off that settlement. So if you know this if you played Total War games, but the AI does get a lot of cheats to help it out on the higher difficulties. So this turn they'll probably get up to, I guess they could get up to a full stack and basically move out. It's not so clear on the map, but there's like a little pathway through where this road is, so they have to come by this way and then march across the desert here. Or I guess they could come by boat, actually. Yeah, I think I have line of sight up here, so I should get advance warning if they're coming by boat. Trying to think where I should put my army. I think what I'll do is just hang out down here. Spend this turn recruiting troops, and if they haven't shown up then, I'll go into ambush stance to hide my army and try and actually catch them as they're transiting. Yeah, I'm losing public order here because of the difficulty level, like -8 penalty across the board is pretty brutal, but I think if I leave my army here, I don't know exactly how the AI calculates where to attack, but if I leave my army here, I think they'll like maybe send their army down this way instead. I'd rather they try to attack here, so I'm gonna just take the hit in the public order. It's not too big a deal. Alright, we got this building done, so we're getting a bit of extra income, which is good. You know, I'm not going to upgrade it. It takes too long to get the return on this. I'm planning to actually sell this in a few turns, and I'm kind of planning for the worst case scenario of not being able to hold it against the dwarves. There's not much you can do with just one army, like especially because it's pretty low tier units. So yeah, unfortunately not going to be doing much in the way of expansion early on, just like fighting to survive pretty much and waiting until these techs finish and I get more armies out. The good thing is, even down to one settlement, like, it doesn't really matter for the Tomb Kings, so I can still have multiple armies out. I don't pay a ton of gold in upkeep. Like, how much gold I get from this doesn't matter that much, and the research just continues at the same rate, more or less, even if you lose territories. So yeah, it might look pretty grim for a while, but if we just survive, we can still like be strong later. Okay. That's it for this turn. I could have sent my Lich Priest hero out to scout to just get a better idea of where the Bretonnians are, but might do that next turn. Okay, so we have a full stack of 20 units, which means we unlock the right I was talking about. Now, I have a funny plan for this, which is, once I do this right, for sure I'm going to add the Casket of Souls to my army. I'll just, like, disband a crappy skeleton unit. But this Lord Recruit rank is actually pretty interesting because it means I can immediately bring in a new Tomb King as my Lord instead of Arkhan, and he'd come in at level 4 instead of level 1. So let's just look at what Tomb Kings I have available. Oh, these are not good traits, unfortunately. Yeah, physical resistance 5% is just not enough to make a big difference, and charge bonus and weapon strength is kind of whatever. I think I'll just go for the campaign movement rate. So this is something you generally don't want to do. Like, generally legendary lords like Arkhan, like, he has a really good tech tree, he's got a ton of stuff in here, but the trouble is it just takes him a bit too long to get going. And for sure, he's going to be really important in the campaign later on, but right now, I'd rather have a guy who's a little higher level. I'm just trying to think if I want to fire up the right this turn or wait a turn. The issue with waiting, like, the sooner I do it, the sooner I can do it again. Although I imagine that, because there's a cooldown, I think it's a 15 turn cooldown. But the thing that's going to stop me from doing it again is the gold cost, not the cooldown.
Only the living sweat.
The argument, yeah, I think that means I'll just wait till next turn. Actually, no, I'm going to do it this turn, because I've just remembered there's a trick I can do here. Let's do it this turn.
Is it hot?
Alright, and let's... yeah, so this is now available to recruit. So, goodbye skeletons.
The heat is irrelevant.
Get that in here. And I am going to switch lords, but I'm going to end on the strategist. Like, I think I'll use this guy to actually fight for the short term, because movement campaign rate, I mean, it's only 5%, but it's still, I think it's still better than these abilities. But I will actually hire and then switch out these guys too.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
So because he comes in at level 4, he gets 3 skill points to use, and I'm gonna basically just put them into this, which passively gains canopic jars each turn, even if the Lord's disbanded. So this is a bit of a, I guess it's a bit of an exploit. But because I don't have to pay to hire Lords, I can just hire and switch out this guy, and he'll just be passively accumulating jars like forever in the background.
I doubt his attention.
So let's do that again with this other guy who I don't want.
Submit to your king.
It's better to do this at level 5, because then you get to max out the jars skill, but this is still good enough to get started, I think. We can do this again when we have access to more Lord recruitment boosts. And then bring in this guy. I'm not going to rename this guy, I'll just leave him with his normal name. So, yeah, so I'm not going to put points into this. For this guy, because he's actually going to be fighting, and definitely going to be fighting some hard battles, I really want his army to be as strong as possible. And I think that means I'm going to just put points into casualty replenishment. This is really important if you're having to fight multiple armies within a few turns. Like, how fast you replenish troops is a big deal. These other skills aren't that important. Like, this is kind of the one you pick of these 4 options if you want to basically boost, you know, like a short-term boost in power. So I'm putting points on this line of the tree because I actually want to get this guy to Lightning Strike. This is not normally a skill you prioritize as Tomb Kings because you're able to field multiple armies relatively early, but my experience with this kind of campaign is I'm going to end up fighting against multiple enemy armies, and this ability lets me only fight them one at a time. And most likely I'm going to have one really good army, led by this guy, and then like a stack that's just a ton of skeletons, which is useful but like not that strong. So fighting armies 1-on-1 rather than say 2-on-3 or like 2-on-2 is actually going to be useful. So I think I'll try going for this early. Like I say, it's not normally what you do with Tomb Kings, but I think it'll work out. Alright, so what are these guys doing? Alright, they've moved their army out, so their army's probably on the way down here. Let's see. Let's send up my Lich Priest and just see. Oh, they're over there. Okay, that's interesting. So how far can they move this turn? Yeah, they can get pretty far. They're on force march though. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't... Like, force march makes them move faster, but they can't actually initiate battle. I'm pretty sure they can't make it over to here and actually attack the settlement next turn. Yeah, I'm completely sure about that actually. Just based on how much movement rate I had when when our army was over here. And next turn I could get back. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is kind of set an ambush here. Yep. So I'm going to go into ambush stance. I don't want to move into their territory, I'll just stay here. So I'm not actually trying to launch an ambush battle, I just want my army to be hidden. And this is one thing that, as far as I can tell, the AI is pretty honest about. Like, it doesn't magically just know where your armies are. Or not completely anyway. I'll leave this guy here, he can join the army. Yeah, I'll just move him a bit over this way. Like, he can join up with the army in the battle next turn, assuming we're able to attack, so just have him there to scout a bit more. But yeah, definitely going into ambush stance, then catching armies on force march is really effective. Alright, what about the dwarves? Military presence 12. Okay, so they're building up. So 12, yeah, so they've got 24 or 25 units between the two. I mean, yeah, they're already stronger than us for sure. We can check that, I guess. Yeah, so it reckons even the Bretonnians are stronger than us, and the dwarves are definitely stronger. Okay, well, nothing I can do about that right now.
Nehekara rises from the sands.
And can't, yeah, can grow this when we get a population surplus point next turn. I could potentially upgrade this building to the next tier if I get gold. But nothing else to do right now. Wonder how... Yeah, it's not clear if the Beastmen are actually fighting against the Chevaliers de Lyonesse. But they're not here, which is good. Like, as long as they stay out of this out of our territory. I don't really care what they're doing. The more people they go to war with and fight, the better, I suppose. Alright, and so I'll keep an eye on where this army goes, and hopefully they'll see that like this looks undefended and try and make it over here. Yes, that is what they're doing. Alright, this looks good. Oh, someone else going toward the beastmen. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, no, this is one of the other minor Bretonnian factions up north. So... oh wow. I don't know why the AI thought this was a good idea. They've moved... they should have stood like up here, because now if I attack them with this army, I actually get to bring in my garrison as reinforcements, which is really good. So we're definitely going to go for that. What's in this army? Okay, a whole bunch of light cavalry. Yeah, I think that's the only recruitment building that this settlement starts with. I can't see, but yeah. Fortunately, light cavalry is about the only thing our spearmen are actually good against. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, there's nothing I can do or activate before at this stage, so just go for it.
Destroy all.
Doesn't really like our chances. It's kind of interesting. So what do they have? Yeah, they've got a bunch of these mounted yeomen. These are annoying, like they're obviously way more mobile than our troops, but they're not good at fighting, and they're on forced march, which means they start out tired, and we have a ton of spearmen, so we just need to not get outflanked, and then these guys just don't do much. Then they've got a bunch of peasant infantry, so these men-at-arms with polearms. Yeah, they're going to beat up our spearmen, but... no, maybe... yeah, they'd beat up our spearmen, but they're not like all of our other units, like Tomb Scorpion, Archers, Lord, like the Ghouls, will all be pretty good against these guys. They have a couple of units of Archers, and then the Trebuchets I mentioned. Yeah, this is, I don't know, I think these odds are wrong, like... I mean, their Lord is going to be a problem for sure. We don't really have anything that's good against him. Just have to feed him skeletons. But the fact they're on force march, I think this army is not very strong.
To battle for the create.
It doesn't really matter too much if we lose skeletons. Like, I can't recruit more than 20 units currently anyway, so over the next few turns, I have time to replace any skeletons that get wiped out. And actually, I'll probably do that anyway. Like, I'll probably just replace them with more experienced ones, because I have the boost to recruit rank. Let's see, 12 Winds of Magic. They don't have any magic. We barely do. We just have this guy. Our Lich Priest has one spell. It's not worth gambling on. So, yeah, so this is all their light cavalry on the flanks. And archers in the center, and the trebuchets in the back. Yeah, trebuchets can make a mess of our skeletons, actually. So how do I want to do this? Our reinforcements in the garrison are coming in here. The garrison units in this basically replenish themselves, so they are totally expendable. And so I'm going to have 3 units of spearmen and 2 archers coming in from here, and I definitely want them to take losses ahead of my army. So I'm thinking I deploy back over here. Let's just get some groupings down for units I want to control manually in the battle. Stick the Casket of Souls here. It's got really good range. Is it even in range? No, it's not quite in range of them to start with, but that's fine, I think. Make sure we have enough time to get our reinforcements into position. Stick the archers in front of them. Basically just make a big spear wall. And I think I'll use... yeah, this rock is actually kind of nice, because the edge of the battlefield's here, so I only have to cover this. I can have the 3 units of spearmen who are coming in basically cover this flank. Then not worry about light cavalry getting around the side. So I think that means I want all my other, like, stronger units on the other flank. So definitely Tomb Scorpion. I didn't mention this unit, but this is actually a pretty good starting unit. Like, it's tier 4, so it's way more powerful than we can actually recruit. You can see it's got really good armor, like none of their stuff is going to be able to do much damage to it, and it's anti-infantry, but it's going to be fine against light cavalry too. It also causes terror, which makes them break slightly faster, which is nice. What about my other stuff? So let's stick the Tomb King in the middle. I'll stick Lich Priest over here. Yeah, it's really important to try and have units fight within their, like this blue circle on the ground for the leadership boost, because our guys do not have good leadership and they are prone to starting to crumble. I think I'll just stick the bats. Yeah, I'll stick the bats over here, I think. We don't want the bats to do any actual fighting against their units, we just want them to take out the trebuchet before it wrecks us. Alright. More skeletons. I'm gonna have to... Oh, yeah, I'll just stick these guys here and adjust them. I want them to be more like covering this flank, but I'll just adjust them after the battle starts. Then I've got the ghouls behind. I don't want the ghouls getting shot. Like, they don't have shields, they don't have armor. So I don't want them right at the front, but I think I'll have them just covering this flank and then come around later on. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, fire at will. These guys are at have skirmish mode off, that's good. Yep, let's go. Redeploy these units. Yeah, you're not allowed to manually pause the battle on legendary difficulty, so you have to be a little careful with micromanagement and stuff, but I deployed in such a way to give myself plenty of time, so it's all good. Are they coming towards us? Not sure. Yeah, I guess they are. They're ignoring the bats, that's good. See if I can send them out. So I want to send them around to fight the trebuchet. Oh, the trebuchet is actually aiming at the bats. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I really don't care at all about this unit. I really just don't want massive rocks hitting my hitting my packed skeleton formation. But if they want to throw, if they want to like fire trebuchet shot at my bats, that is totally fine. Alright, what should my Casket of Souls aim for? Let's go for this unit of mounted archers. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they got some nice kills. Like I said, this unit's super, super powerful. It's like really long range, does a ton of damage. Yeah, it's gonna get a couple of hundred kills in this battle, no problem. Let's get these guys ready for a flank. Oh, let's see edge the battlefield, I guess. Yeah. There's only a few units here that I really care about losing. Like, the units on this flank are totally expendable because they're the garrison, and all the skeletons are expendable. The archers I can't replace right away, but they're, I mean, I'm not going to lose them. Yeah, the Casket of Souls, Hero, Lord, like, they're the valuable ones. Alright, that looks pretty... This looks pretty good. I'll just fly around. Like, I don't need to rush to deal with the trebuchets. What I was concerned about is them moving forwards and then attacking us, but obviously they're not doing that. Alright, meanwhile I've got these cavalry coming in. Yeah, I really don't think this is going to be a problem. Let's just cast this spell to make these skeletons fight a little better, but I don't think they're going to break through there at all. Let's switch fire to hit those peasant bowmen, because we've done a ton of damage to that unit. Alright, this flank, get the crypt ghouls in there. Yeah, they did not do much damage on that charge. It's like, yeah, light cavalry versus spearmen. I don't know why the AI bothered attacking us on this flank. Like, this attack on this other flank kind of makes some sense, but... Alright, there's their lord. We don't want him... Yeah, we definitely don't want to waste arrows on him. Yep, killed off their archers, that's good. Don't really want my Team Scorpion fighting guys with polearms, but I guess it's fine. Alright, these archers concentrate on shooting the weakest unit here. Yeah, focus fire on whatever's about to break, that's good. Team Scorpion's doing just fine. I assume we're winning this fight. Yeah, looks like a pretty easy win. Not taking too much damage on anything, which is really good. The bats are taking some damage, but they've done their job. They broke the, they got rid of the trebuchet. Victory's in our grasp. Alright, nice. Yeah, I did not think this fight would be hard, honestly. Let's see if I can strengthen my center a little. These spearmen come round. Yeah, look, just try and fight something. Tomb Scorpion's taking a bit of damage, but it looks like he's doing fine. Alright, you archers try and break one of the wavering units. Yeah, don't bother. Well, you guys can chase after that, I guess. Casket of Souls, just finish those guys off. Oops, don't want that arch unit getting in melee. Though it probably doesn't matter too much at this point. I think they're pretty close to giving up. Might as well send the bats after the archers. Oh, look at that hit from the Casket of Souls. Yeah, bye bye. I think we got him. Where's their lord? Oh, he's smacking up the Tomb Scorpion. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Let's try and get the Tomb Scorpion out of there. I definitely don't want this thing to die. Kinda need these spearmen. Where they are though. Okay, he's going to attack the spearmen. Alright, we're good, we're good. We can recover, like, heal up damage, no problem. Just don't want units to get wiped out is the main thing. Okay, it looks like they're completely routed. Yeah, nice. Alright, we got them. Can we catch their lord? I guess it's not going to matter. They're in forced march, so their whole army gets wiped out. Great. Alright, that went pretty well. Yeah, getting this to half health was a little sketchy, but that's all good. The bats did really well. They, yeah. Because of the difficulty boosts in, like, playing on very hard battle difficulty, units like bats can sometimes even struggle to break artillery or missile units. Probably should stop shooting so I don't hit any of my own guys. But yeah, they took out the trebuchet, they chased down some archers, they were fine. I'm not going to keep them still because I just think they're kind of weak unit in general, but they did pretty well. Hopefully we get a decisive victory. I feel like we didn't lose. I mean, we took a bunch of damage on skeletons, but that doesn't really matter. I'm not waiting for anything here, am I? No. The whole enemy army gets wiped out even if I don't catch them. Oh, close victory. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, you get more experience and maybe more gold, I'm not sure, for winning a decisive victory rather than close. That didn't seem too close, but whatever. Yeah, you can see the Casket of Souls absolutely carrying in this fight, like 200 kills on its own, compared to way less on the skeleton units. Yeah, it's not enough for level up, but that's fine. And we want just more gold, I think. Yeah, we don't need canopic jars. We're gonna have decent replenishment anyway. Yeah, let's go for the gold.
Attend your king, slaves.
Alright, nice. Well, that went about as well as it could have. Yeah, we don't quite replenish to full in one turn, but 2 turns will be fine. Get a level up on the Lich Priest, that's good. I want to just focus on this guy's magic to start with. I'll talk a bit more about the spells later on when I get them, but... Okay, so we got some more gold from that, so now we can actually do some upgrading. The Dwarves are still hanging out in their settlement, they're up to 28 or 29 units. Yeah, we definitely can't beat that many units at once. I mean, it's gonna be like 1.5 stacks, but that's gonna be a struggle. If they're on force march, we probably could beat them, or we could beat a full stack if it was on force march with our stack, but Yeah, that's looking scary. I think I'll just spend gold upgrading sorcerers, islands. How many turns have we had this? We started it on turn 1, finished on turn 3, so it's gotten us 100 gold. So if it lasts, yeah, if it gets us gold twice more and then we demolish it, then it will have earned us like a slight profit. So I'll leave that there, but I don't want to build anything else.
Where is this?
Alright, recruitment wise, yeah, we may as well just use local recruitment to get high rank skeleton units. And I think there's no reason not to just sit in the settlement.
I have arrived.
So this boosts the public order and also boosts the replenishment. And let's try and get rid of whatever ones have lowest experience first. It's not going to matter too much because I'm probably going to do some recruitment over the next few turns, like just replace these skeletons with the ones with extra experience. I'm not sure what it means to be a more experienced skeleton, by the way, but there you go. Alright, you guys can go. No one's going to attack us over the end turn, so I'm not going to worry about messing around, like, combining, like, merging units. Actually, I could just go ahead and use global recruitment and, like, over 2 turns take out these next 6 units too. That would basically bring my army to its strongest point. I mean, the thing is, an extra 2 tiers experience really doesn't matter too much, so the question is, do I want my army to be stuck here for 2 turns, or do I want them to come down here to, like, possibly dissuade the dwarves from attacking us? I think I'd rather have the option to move. Well, there's no reason not to just start the global recruitment. I can always cancel it next turn. Oh no, there is, right, because I'd have to disband units first. Okay, let's just leave it. Yeah, we'll stay here for 1 turn and just see how things go. So yeah, military presence 14. Do those guys have more troops? The Bretonnians we just fought? No, we just absolutely smashed them. Yeah, this strength rank hasn't updated yet because they've got no troops. So we could actually attack and take this over 2 turns, like 1, 2.
Slaves.
Yeah, it's tempting to do that. I think in a normal campaign without the this is Total War restriction, I would just go ahead and try and do that, finish them off, like grab the rest of, grab the final region in this province. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, actually I'm completely sure, if I take this settlement, or even just raise it, like if I come up here to attack it, I will be in diplomatic contact with this faction, and this faction is so much scarier. So even though it's kind of, it seems kind of stupid to let these guys live rather than just wiping them out, but wiping them out would definitely bring me, like, put me at war with someone who's far more dangerous. And there's other Bretonnians up here, like, it's just, I don't think it's realistic to actually properly launch an attack up north and take multiple settlements, so I'm just going to let them actually build another army and send it out again. I'm not really scared of these guys, like, they can stay here. I'm more scared of the dwarves. That's another reason not to send my army too far away. Okay. I don't think I have anything else to do this turn. No new enemies. Yep, spent our gold. Looks good. I think next turn we'll get a free hero. There's like a one-off event that triggers on, I think it's turn 6 for Lich King, for the Tomb Kings. They'll give us a choice of hero, which will be nice to get. Alright, picture of a follower that boosts public order. Yeah, here's this event. Okay, so this is a one-off deal. We can either get 3,500 or a permanent extra hero slot. And even though that's super tempting, like the gold now would be great, but it's, you know, for the long term, like we've got to go for the long term, I think, and grab another hero. They end up becoming so useful. So yeah, so it both increases hero capacity and gives us a hero. But if I go for the Lich Priest, like the Lich Priest is maybe the strongest. I was going to say the strongest in the short term. I'm not even sure that's true, but because we already have a Lich Priest, there's kind of diminishing returns on another one. I'm going to go for the Necrotect, I think. I might end up using this guy to scout. Like, another reason I like the Necrotect over the Tomb Prince is that he boosts the army. If he's in an army, he boosts their movement speed. And he can also do stuff like heal the Tomb Scorpion or other constructs when we get them. So, yes, the Tomb Prince is a better one-on-one fighter or melee fighter, but that's not... I don't think that's such a huge deal. I can still get a Chariot with the Necrotect, which is the best mount for the Tomb Prince too. So, yeah, let's go for Necrotect. Alright, so he just appeared down here. Scorpion Carver. Okay, that's a pretty good trait. Like, yeah, there's lots of traits that just give minor bonuses, but this actually gives +2 Tomb Scorpion unit capacity. I think that's one of the best traits, actually. I think it's this one and then Sphinx Carver that are the best ones. So I'm really happy with that. Let's just see, because I have the option for disbanding this guy for another trait. Okay, Trustworthy, Tough, Eternal. No, those aren't good. I don't need the Public Order. Diplomatic Relations +5 for all factions. Not useful at all in this campaign, because anyone we discover we go to war with. These are just a little extra, like, combat boost, but... Okay, so the trait we got is the best. Oh, he can actually move this turn, that's cool. Let's send him over this way.
Move, my creations.
Ah. Yep, here are the dwarves.
I will not disgrace my ancestors.
Okay, so they only have the tier 1 recruitment building. Excuse me, which means they're only recruiting dwarf warriors and miners.
Nine.
The trouble is these units are they still have a lot of armor. Like, we don't have much that has armor piercing. The Tomb Scorpion and the Casket of Souls, they can both do fine against these units, but everything else is going to struggle. So they've got a full stack. Oh no, they've got 19 units there and another 15 here, and they're recruiting, which means they'll have more next turn. That's rough. So can this army get down here? I don't think so. It's showing that they can move this far, but that's on forced march. So I think they'll come here and then probably start raiding. Be my guess.
Be gone.
Yeah, I think they've brought whatever army was up here down. So it definitely looks like they're going to be attacking us. They're not at war with anyone else, are they?
Talk at me in your
No.
crude language if you must. I'll
They've-
make no promises as to the outcome.
Yeah, they have a trade deal with the Lizardmen who start over here. I really don't want to end up encountering this faction. Like, fighting two factions at once is bad enough. I definitely don't want to encounter this third faction. And I think I will do that if I send this guy too far east. So I can already see their armies, right? Like, that was the main point of scouting. Question is what I'm going to do about it.
Be gone.
We do have walls here, which means they can't, or they're not going to, like, try and take our settlement on the same turn. I think I'll leave this guy here to have the best view of any movement over this way, and bring my army over. Military presence 1. Okay, so that's just one unit, so that's going to be whatever lord they recruited. So he's going to start recruiting troops, but it's going to be 2 or 3 turns. I do have to keep an eye on that though. Okay, can I get down there? And it shows that I can, but I feel like... Yeah, this plus 20% movement only lasts for one more. So I don't have this next turn. I could... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get down to there though. Like, I could be in range to support if the dwarves... Oh, they can't reach me this turn anyway. Okay, I'm going to regular march and then just make sure I stay in my territory and upgrade 3 other units. Yeah, the beastmen haven't come back, so no one else to worry about here.
Advance.
And throw out some skeletons and get new ones.
Reigns supreme.
Yeah, so if this army moves here next turn, and this comes out to support it, and the turn after they lay siege and have a supporting army, there's nothing I can do about that, I think. Like, I just lose the settlement. The difference over here is that if I stick an army here, they can't like send 2 armies across. They can send 1 army across. They can send 1 army across to attack the town, but they can't. Yeah, because of the way the zone of control works, they wouldn't be able to get 2 armies over there. So that's why, like I said before, this is way easier to defend. We'll see what they do though. The dwarves sometimes aren't super aggressive. Like the fact that I have a stack of an army here might put them off coming for me right now. I'm just debating about whether I want to demolish this or take a risk and leave it another turn. The risk is, if I get besieged, like I know I have enough time to demolish it here and get the 240 gold. If I risk it and leave it, then you can't demolish it while the settlement's under siege, so essentially I'd like gain 50 gold with the risk of losing 240. I think with that in mind, I will just basically take the money now. Yeah, I'll still make a slight profit on this building, because I'll get the income at the start of next turn. Or at least I think I do. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So if I get the income before this is demolished, then I'll get the full 130, and this will go up to 473. I'm not sure how that works actually. We'll find out. Alright, nothing else to do. Leave this guy here. Do I want to walk into their territory a bit further? I don't think so. Like I can already see everything I need to. Yeah. Yeah, minor dwarf factions get strong really fast. Like they're the 7th strongest faction in the game currently, and they're not even a major faction. Alright, what are you guys up to? Okay, coming this way. Going to ambush stance, interesting. Went into ambush stance, like with my hero right here. It's pretty funny. Alright, how many units do the Bretonnians have? 7. They're probably not going to move out next turn. It'll probably be 2 more turns before they move out. So I know the dwarves are just stuck here. I'm not sure. I don't think I can fight that army one-on-one unless they're in forced march. Like, this is really good against dwarf infantry. Like, this could get 300 or 400 kills, no problem. But the rest of this army is just not good. These guys are not good against armor. I mean, just thinking about it, like, that's 20 units, right? We have 20 units, but so many of our units are not worth one of theirs, and the ones that are worth more than one, like, we only have a couple of them. I kind of feel like putting my own army into ambush stance so they can't see it. Because the difference, like, I have a hero, right? My hero can move here and has a good chance of detecting that army at the start of the next turn, or if they move, I'll detect them. Whereas if I take this army and stick it around here somewhere in ambush stance, the dwarves won't be able to find me. Or there's a good chance they won't be able to find me. So could I take on that army with my garrison? Yeah, I think probably. I guess I didn't get that extra 50 gold from the building before demolishing it, huh? Oh, and I ended up keeping the bats. That was not what I was planning to get rid of them. Okay, well, that's too bad. I'm thinking of moving to, like... Oh, I don't have enough movement to get within the zone of control of my city. That's too bad. I think they have enough movement to besiege me from where they are. What I don't want is to actually fight them out in the open, although... I have the option to retreat if they attack me. There's always a question about where you end up retreating to, though. Gets kind of random. I want to stay in this area. Like, I want to... Even though I'm willing to sacrifice this city if I need to, but I don't want to. If I can... like, if I leave completely, they'll just attack it for sure. So I don't want that. So I'm kind of tempted to just, like, move a little ways down here and then go into ambush stance myself. Actually, maybe even where I'm standing is totally fine. Yeah, because we can get here. We don't have any temporary movement buffs. No, we don't.
Too many doubt me.
So where I'm standing right now is nice, because I can get back up here to protect Sources Island from the Bretonnians. They haven't moved out yet, so that's not even an issue. And I can get here in one turn if I need to. So let's just stand here and go into ambush stance. So the dwarves don't know I'm here.
I cannot perform under such conditions.
I think what they will do... I think they'll lay siege to this settlement, but I don't think they'll bring this army out. And I think what I can do next turn is join my hero into my army and attack them here with the garrison in support. Or at least I have the option to do that. We can obviously like look at their army and figure out whether that's going to work out or not. Okay, yeah, being at war with the dwarves early is it's not good. I'm not building anything here in case I do have to abandon it. Ooh, force march. I like the look of that. Okay, so they dodged our ambush, but they walked right past us in force march. Oh, that's a... Okay, that looks like an invitation I can't pass up. And I can bring this guy in to reinforce as well by the looks of it. Yeah. Okay. And their other army is still here, yes. In fact, they've got even more troops coming, because they have 26 or 27. Jeez. Alright, well, this worked. I mean, I don't know... Like, obviously they're going for the settlement, but why they didn't just attack here? I mean, I guess this has walls, but... There's a whole bunch of miners. So miners are slightly weaker than the dwarf warriors. The dwarf warriors have slightly heavier armor and shields, which makes them better against arrows. And they're also way stronger melee defense. They're just stronger overall, actually. So, let's see. I think I definitely want to go for this attack. They're on force march, so I wipe them out completely if I win. It's not going to be an easy fight though still. Going to have to make the most of our maneuverability and missile weapons, because this is all just heavy, like slow, heavy infantry. But let's go for it. Oh, actually, let's check the Bretonnians. Ah, right. We should still be fine. So military presence 17, so that army's still here. They can force march to here in one turn, but they can't, like, if we... I obviously want to avoid the scenario where I beat the dwarves and then, like, the Bretonnians come kill me, but that's not going to happen, so it should be good. Let's bring the army to there. Now we can get rid of the bats. The bats are so useless against heavy infantry. Necrotech's way better to bring in. I mean, he's not so good against dwarves either, but he's way better than the bats. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but I can't do it anyway, so let's not worry about it. And let's go for this. Yeah, this is similar to the Oz and the Bretonnian fight. I think this army's way, way stronger. I feel like they disbanded a couple of units even. It's funny. I felt like they had 18 or 19 and now they've got... Was it 16? Oh, that's good. Yeah, like... completely one-dimensional army, just straight melee. Plan is shoot them as much as possible, run them around a bit with units like the Scorpion, or maybe my Crypt Ghouls, or maybe one of the heroes, like try and just give our missile units as long as possible to bombard them, then take them out kind of piecemeal in melee. Alright, we've got a bit of a hill here as well, that's nice. Yeah, let's look at things from their point of view. I think I want to just deploy up on this ridge. Yeah, that looks good. Got lots of magic, no good spells yet, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely liking putting the Casket of Souls up on this ridge. Let's do that. So have my wizard as unit 1 again. Am I in range to start with? Yeah, just barely. I really want to give this unit as long as possible to fire before they get to us, so let's just stick it there. Alright, archers next. Not sure what to do in terms of spear formation. I think I've got so much time to prepare in this fight. Like they're going to take a while to get to us, so I can figure it out. It's totally fine. Yeah, I've got to remember in this fight as well. Like it's fine if I need to sacrifice some of these, like totally sacrifice some of these spearman units. That is not a problem. That's way better than losing one of my other units that I can't actually replace. Alright, I can sort out where these units go later. Keep the ghouls back this way. Kind of like the idea of having all my strong units on one flank and trying to like roll them up. So maybe it would make more sense for it to be this flank that come down this hill, maybe? Yeah. Alright, I'll stick the ghouls over here. And I'll put the Necrotect over there as well. The ghouls have bad leadership, so you kind of want a hero to be with them. And Tomb Scorpion too. Actually, I might just use the Tomb Scorpion out in front. Like it's definitely faster than the dwarves. Yeah, the dwarves have way less speed and they start out tired. Put my Lord and Wizard here. Gotta be careful with my Lord. Like, one of the ways to lose fights like this is to have a lot of melee going on, like have your units kind of getting ground down a little bit, but it's still close, and then your Lord dies, and the leadership penalty like just has a knock-on effect, and basically just the rest of the army disintegrates. So I want to keep this guy alive, but at the same time, like he is actually, yeah, he has a bunch of armor-piercing weapon damage, so I do want him to get involved in the fighting. Just gotta be careful. Alright, let's send the ghouls round. Actually, let's put these guys in a group and stick them up at the top of this hill. Alright, Casket of Souls started to fire, that's awesome. And I think I want to aim for a unit sort of in the middle of the formation, just so that if the shots do scatter off a little bit, right? So if I aim for this, it might hit these, like some of them around. I think after this shot though I will change to fire at oh, that was a slightly better hit. Yeah, I probably don't want to bother shooting at the miners, like shooting at Dwarf Warriors. They're just a more viable unit. Send the Tomb Scorpions out. Yeah, I'm just hoping to not get enveloped on this flank. Like, I don't want units coming around to get at my archers or Casket of Souls, but otherwise we're just trying to hold position. Don't think... Yeah, I'll send the Tomb Scorpion up. I'm not going to actually fight here, I just want to try and like pull them out of formation, slow them down a bit. You can see they're taking a fair amount of damage already from the Casket of Souls. Let's shoot at some of the clumped up units. Actually, yeah, if I can get them to clump up a bit more, that'd be ideal. It's funny, that unit stood still and actually avoided that damage. How far are my archers out of range? Only... No, they're coming in range pretty soon, okay. Alright, that's pretty good. Hit multiple units at once. Maybe I should have advanced to hold this ridge, but I think it's fine. It's a good shot. Let's aim back at these guys over this way. Yeah, the archers are firing at them too. Great. This is their lord, but I don't have a way to kill him. Actually, yeah, I feel like I want to just sort of stay away from him.
Move!
Oh, we're doing decent damage to them, but a lot of them are obviously still going to get into combat with us, which is a little scary.
Await the Necrosphinx!
Alright.
Necrosphinx!
Yeah, I've got an engagement in the center, but that is okay. So we really want to just try and concentrate fire, I think, and break units. So yeah, shoot units that have already taken casualties. It's not how I wanted you guys to start this fight, but... Okay. Yeah, we just need the units over here to hold, honestly, like... Looks like they're doing okay for now. Yeah, leadership issues here, that's not great. Tuned Scorpion's doing really well. Oh, look at that shot. Absolutely smashed this unit. And we've broken these guys. Awesome. Okay, so maybe this plan to roll up this flank can actually work here. That unit's broken too. Awesome. Okay, stop shooting at that with the Casket of Souls. Work on the next unit. Yeah, I think this is looking okay. Where's their lord? I can actually see where he is. Oh, he's over here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're making a mess out of their flank.
I have no rival.
I have no qualms about shooting into melee with my Casket of Souls, because I really don't value my skeletons' lives very highly, honestly.
Break them!
Alright, 2 Scorpion, get back in there. We're actually doing surprisingly okay here. I'm really impressed with how well my guys are holding out. I guess they're all within the general's leadership, that's really big. Alright, give these guys a boost to armor piercing. Yeah, the broken units are going to come back, that's unfortunate, but... Okay, we've managed to get ourselves kind of clumped up here, I think, which isn't great. We really want troops coming around, like make our numbers count by kind of overlapping. Yeah, this unit's going to get pummeled because our lord's here, but I can't do anything about that. Victory's in our grasp. Alright, fantastic. Yeah, I haven't taken super serious damage yet, honestly. Casket of Souls just massacring dwarves there. Yeah, let's try and chase that unit down. You chase them down, you chase them down. The rest of you work on this unit. I'm not even gonna bother trying to kill their lord, like we just need to get the army to rout and then he'll be out of there as well. Our own lord is having a... No, here he is. Yeah, he's taking damage, but it's manageable. He's killed 30 dwarves on his own, that's good. Okay, let's feed the lord another unit, and you guys break this unit. Let's shoot into the big clump of dwarves over there. Everything's looking fine here. Yeah, archers, shoot it. Concentrate fire on whatever the cavern or the Casket of Souls is going for. Yeah, these units are gone. You come back. Alright, we got a free unit of Ishabti. Pretty clearly just charging into the back of the dwarves over here. Oh, out of ammo on the Casket of Souls. Damn. Okay, well, it did its job for sure. Guys, get in there. Yeah, our progress over here seems to have kind of stalled down a little bit. I probably should have micromanaged these units a little better. Got units coming back here, but it doesn't look like it's too much. Alright, breaking them in the center, awesome. Yeah, that charge in the Ujabti probably just was too much for them. This unit's probably in some danger of getting wiped out. So I should see if I can support them a bit more. It doesn't matter if I lose the whole unit, but it's a slight inconvenience. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it back to friendly territory and re-recruit this turn, so... Alright, I just saw a massive leadership drop for the dwarves. So hopefully that means they're going to rout soon. Actually, you can try and just run away from that lord. There's no reason to fight him in melee. Like, he's not very fast. We can probably just outrun him. I mean, he can come and try and attack someone else, but like, he just doesn't have much of his army left. Okay, we broke that unit on the flank, that's awesome. Yeah, and this skeleton unit's badly beaten up, but it's gonna survive. Finish those guys off. Oops, I didn't notice that unit coming on the flank, that's kinda careless. Where's their lord? Oh, he's back in here. Okay. Oh, he's gonna absolutely destroy our Lich Priest. Get him out of there. Give them a bit of a combat boost. Okay, we did lose a unit. Actually, that might have been the Ujabti. If it was the Ujabti that was summoned by their special ability, then that's actually fine. And they just got the army losses. Alright, so we won. Nice. Let's try and kill their lord. I think it doesn't matter, because they're on force march and they're getting wiped out, I don't think killing their lord actually gives you any extra gold, but it might do. Don't know how he's managing to outrun us, even though he's on force march and super tired, but it does seem to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, yeah, I did actually lose a unit for real. Was it something important? I don't think so. No, I think it was just a skeleton unit. Kept all these 4 guys alive, which honestly I don't care too much about, but yeah, replacing a skeleton's no problem. Yeah, we're not going to catch this guy. Heroic victory. Yeah, I'll still take it. I feel like wiping this army out's still pretty good achievement. I think I could have done a bit more to disrupt their advance at the beginning. Like, I probably should have had the Necrotect try and do what the Tomb Scorpion was doing and like make them change formation and sort of brace for charge and so on, rather than just hanging out on the flank with the ghouls, because they only need his leadership bonus once they get in combat. Alright, rank up for our lord, that's nice. Yeah, 300 kills that time in the Casket of Souls. And I did lose a skeleton unit, but not a problem. Yeah, we just want the money again. So they're on force march and they just get wiped out. And he is dead. Okay, the problem with this... Yeah, it didn't occur to me we couldn't actually make it back to friendly territory for replenishment. So the Bretonnians are going to get over here, or could potentially get over here this turn, assuming that they decide to move out and basically do the same as last time. Yeah, we do need that extra replenishment, even though we can't get it this turn. Magic-wise, I'm going to take this because it boosts the damage of archers. This is a defensive thing that's powerful. We'll pick this up too, but yeah, boosts physical resistance temporarily. I think this is better. It lasts for longer. Our archers do a lot of damage. We don't have to even... It's not just archers, it's just any missile unit, so yeah, I like the spell. I think I just marched back this way. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that could attack me, but force marching, like, it doesn't even get us back to friendly territory, right? So there's no reason to do it. If I could force march back to friendly territory and get a bunch of replenishment, I would do it, but yeah, I can't, unfortunately. Okay, do I want to build something over here? I'd really love to be able to get some more archers, get this building. This building, yeah, this building chain's too expensive, but just paying 2,000 for 2 more archers is still worth it, I think. Yeah, getting more defense is maybe not a bad idea either. Although I don't get walls until tier 3, and that's a ways away. I think I might wait and try and save up for the archer building. I don't value chariots super highly. Like, the chariot archers are pretty good, but we're not really... I guess the chariots aren't bad against dwarves. But they're good against light infantry, they're good against missile units. They're not great against cavalry, which is what the Bretonnians have. So, even though this is cheaper, I'd still rather just save and get the archers, I think. And yeah, I'm still not sure I can hold this, even beating that army. The dwarves have already 26 or 27 units recruited, so... I just don't want to invest more here. It's too bad this is so expensive. I might invest in more defenses if this was like half the price, but... So it turns out I sold that building a little prematurely, but it's okay. I don't want to rebuild it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna sit and wait. I think when I started playing this game, I definitely made the mistake of like spending money because I had money, you know? Whereas a lot of the stuff in this game, like, it's not that efficient, the stuff you can buy. You're better off just saving up for things that are more impactful. Alright, so Arkhan's back, that's good. I don't need him just yet. Oh, negative growth, that always sucks, but can't do anything about it. Those are our 2 jar collectors. Yep. Yeah, so I've picked up to 20 jars passively, it's kind of nice. Alright, and the Bretonnians have moved out. So they're probably up here somewhere. Gotta level up on the Necrotect over the end turn. Think increased mobility is what I'll start with. I think I'll get this, and I'll get this, which lets him repair the Tomb Scorpion in combat. Oh, sorry, this ability. And then I'll go up his combat line, make him stronger. But yeah, I really like increased mobility. Alright, over here... Oh, the dwarves have moved out with some of their troops, actually. I think that said military presence 13 last turn, so they've moved out with a stack of 10, I believe? I kind of need to see where that army is, actually. I don't think they have enough movement to get over here and go into ambush stance in one turn. They could just be standing out here. I don't want to... I'm just trying to decide how far I want to move this guy. I think the Bretonnians might do exactly what they did earlier in the game and like force march to here next turn, in which case I want my army in ambush stance again down here. And I want this guy to be able to join ideally. Although, yeah, it'd be good to get more experience on this guy, but it's not the end of the world. I guess what I can do... No, I don't want to send my Lich Priest out because he actually helps boost healing rate. Okay, let's move... I basically want this guy to be able to get all the way up here. Alright, I think it's more important to have intel on the dwarves. Well, is it? I mean... Would I do anything differently if I knew where the dwarf army was right now? I'm going to prioritize defending this, partly because I know, like, I'm far more confident that even if I'm a bit damaged, I can beat the Bretonnians. So I want to bait them into sending the army over this way, like, somewhere in here, so we can attack it again.
Legions,
Let's move down here. So how much replenishment does that give us? Quite a bit. Question is, do I want to go into ambush stance so the Bretonnians and dwarves don't know where my armies are, or do I want to...
to me.
Because the alternative would be to go into this stance, which would boost replenishment. Boost replenishment by quite a lot, and it would let me recruit. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm not sure what the Bretonnians will do. They might do something different. I'm confident I can beat them if they attack me.
More slaves! I need more! I'm awake. My art.
Maybe... yeah.
Obey me.
I'm assuming the dwarf army is somewhere around here. And I don't think they can... I'm pretty sure they can't get over to attack us. And for sure they can't get over to attack us and then do a follow-up attack afterwards. If we, like, withdrew the first time. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's just keep... yeah, let's make the strongest army I possibly can this turn. Get him back in. Merge these two units. Oh, I did that wrong.
Nehekara rises from the sands.
Yeah. Okay, I screwed that ordering up. I needed him to go into this stance again before I rejoined with the Necrotect. Alright, that's... yeah.
Where are my slaves?
I could reload the autosave, but I don't really like reloading for stuff like that. So this guy, I could have this guy in the army, but I don't. Alright, it's no big deal. I don't think we're going to get attacked over this end turn. And we can recruit 3 more units. I might have to disband one to get the Necrotect back in next turn, but it's no problem. Yeah, we're also going to get a revolt soon. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. So I think the worst thing that would happen is for the dwarves to get an army, like, either attack us here or have an army in this area and have the Bretonnians here, because then we can't deal with both at once, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I think. Alright, went through the dwarves' turn without any... oh, what the heck? Alright, I did not see that coming. Gone by boat. It's pretty funny. Alright, rebellion next turn.
Serve me.
I can get over here.
I will not blight my soul.
Yeah, this is just another army of light cavalry, isn't it?
Creator.
Alright, let's check the dwarves. Okay, they're back up to military presence they had a couple turns ago, so I guess they haven't sent their army out, that's good. Trying to decide what to do over here. Yeah, they are not going to have 2 armies.
Valiant lord.
Well, they might actually.
Submit to your king.
Yeah, I should have thought a little more about this because, well, I guess, yeah. The fact I can't get into the settlement's a little annoying because I'd love to be able to prop up the public order. I could force march into the settlement. Yeah, that's pretty risky.
I am a lord of Bretonia.
I can, yeah, so I can protect the settlement even by just standing within its zone of control, right? Like, I can stop them from attacking it, I'll be able to come in and reinforce, but I wouldn't be able to stop the revolt from happening. Well, I guess what I could do is just get rid of one of these skeleton units and get the Necrotech back in the army. I know there's units that are under strength, but I'd rather get rid of one of the ones that doesn't have experience.
Attend your king, slaves.
Does this let me get to the city? It does not. Nuts.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
I think I'd rather force march.
Legions, march.
I don't think they'll launch the attack here. And I'm pretty sure I'll hold no problem even if they do. And this has the advantage of stabilizing public order. Now this may well let the dwarves come in here and attack us, but that was a risk all along. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of just in a holding stance right now, like trying to deal with the armies we can, but not really getting ahead. But in 6 turns we'll be able to field a second army, so that will start to turn around. The beastmen got wiped out, that's good. They're just annoying, don't have to deal with them anymore. Yep, saving up. So next time we'll be able to start building the archer barracks for 2000. And that's it. If I remember correctly, the even if you don't have walls in this settlement, it's actually really easy to defend. Like, I think you get a choke point on the map, which would be absolutely perfect for dealing with their light cavalry. What? Alright, I did not expect them to do nothing. Wow. Okay, I've got an event here. We've made a great discovery. Alright, so we can either get a leadership and casualty replenishment boost for 10 turns or canopic jars. Well, canopic jars are useful, but like I really want to boost my army in the near term, and leadership for infantry units is really good. So let's go for this. I do not understand what this guy is doing. It's like, if you don't think you're strong enough to beat us, then why wouldn't you leave? And if you think you're strong enough to beat us, you would attack, right? But he's just like stood there. So obviously it gives me the chance to attack him. Yeah, again, like, I don't understand the balance of power. It's like mass light cavalry versus mass spearmen. I'm not particularly concerned about this at all. It's really good we don't have to fight them in force march. I'm still, yeah, I feel like you don't see the AI do nothing that often. The AI is often kind of decisive, like it does stuff. I mean, it does stupid stuff, but it does stuff. Whereas here, it's just like, just goofed off. Okay, I like the look of this ridge over here, I think. No point deploying in the lowlands over there. So, pretty much the same deal as previous fights. Pretty static formation. They have the massive mobility advantage, like this army of theirs is full cavalry rather than just most cavalry. Check, make sure I've got a good view from up there. Yeah, it looks great. Line of sight isn't too big an issue for the Casket of Souls and Archers, but there's definitely missile units in this game where you can kind of mess yourself up into, like they can be in range but not actually able to fire properly, for instance. So all we need to do here is just make a compact spear formation, I think. Shoot them with arrows and Casket of Souls as they come in. Stick the king over here. Stick the Neck Protect on the other corner. Stick the Lich Priest in the back, away from all the fighting. And basically just cover this flank. Actually, this is a really nice defensible position. Now I look at it. They can't get past here at all. They don't have a trebuchet this fight, so having units slightly overlap is actually totally fine. And maybe even better. I don't want them to like somehow force through a bunch of cavalry, but this formation's definitely not going to allow that, so it's all good. Yeah, there's no real issue with overlapping units like this unless the enemy has area of effect damage. Let's just stick the Tomb King in the middle now. Alright, what else have we got? One more Spearman goes over here. Just stick all the Spearmen on guard mode. Actually, probably put everyone on guard mode because we're not going to catch the cavalry if they retreat anyway. That is one thing, like, they're not on forced march, so we'll have to fight them twice, but actually fighting them twice is kind of nice. Like, we get two sets of, you know, we get basically like 2 sets of experience, 2 sets of gold for winning the fight again. Yeah, I think that balance of power was totally wrong. Like, I think we're just going to completely destroy them in this fight. Let's aim for their missile units. I think they're the most dangerous. Like, what are they going to do here? They either just slam straight into our spearmen, in which case, like, sure, they'll do a bit of damage, but there's no way they can win. They could send a ton of their troops out to try and break through this flank, but it doesn't look like they're doing that. Yeah. Get ready to cast this buff spell on my archers once they get into range. There we go. Yeah, so this lets them fire faster, just basically increases their damage output. There's their lord over here. Just got to watch, make sure he doesn't, like... Alright, dude. Calm down. That's some pretty intense chanting. Alright, we've got units on this flank. Let's bring these spearmen around. Yeah, they're not going to do anything to Tomb Scorpion, that's totally fine. You guys get in there. Trying to flank with this unit maybe. Should be fine there. Yeah, these guys can't do anything. Keep trying to take out those archers. Actually have my archers fire at them as well, I think. Decided at the last minute to charge into the front of my spearmen instead of the flank of my crypt ghouls. Don't know about that one. Yeah, Lord is under attack, but that's fine. Yeah, you can see that light cavalry just did not do enough damage. Yeah, like, this is not a close contest at all. If I get another close victory for this, I'm gonna not be very happy because... yeah, there's no way I'd call this close. Alright, this unit's... I don't really care what this unit does, honestly. You generally want to avoid getting charged in the rear. It doesn't actually have like the morale or combat penalties that it had in some of the older Total War games, so it's not that big a deal, but... Alright, looks like our Tomb King's getting beaten up by their lord. That's like one of the few things that could possibly go kinda wrong this game, so like, or this battle, so I'll just pull him back a little bit. Victory's in our grasp. Yeah, kinda saw that one coming. Let's try and break these units, get them to run off the battlefield. Actually, no. Focus on breaking those archers. Let's see if we can actually trap their lord. Best way to do that is just like swarm him with skeletons so he can't ride his horse to break out. Alright, Archer's getting really nice number of kills over there. Oh wow, they came all the way around the back. I didn't even think about that. Huh. Well, doesn't matter. Don't want our archers getting charged in the back. I don't think that unit's going to even make it into charge, honestly. I think they've pretty much had enough of this fight. Looking at how things are going. Yeah. Alright, come out of guard stance and see if we can actually stop that guy from fleeing. And go kill him. Nice. Just trying to think about what to most effectively target as they're running away. We don't wipe them out automatically this time because they're not on forced march, so most of them do get away obviously because they're way faster than us, but we did not take much damage. Yeah, the damage is a bit misleading because like this unit's only lost 23 out of 120, but it looks like they've lost like 40%. So we'll get some of that health back essentially at the end of the fight. Are we going to kill anybody else at this point? Yeah, just the Lord. Alright. Oh, definitely don't want to shoot into this clump of troops here, so turn that off. Fire at will. Archers are done. Alright, so this will take a while, but we got him. Might as well boost damage of one of the units. It's too bad we didn't have one more level on our Lich Priest, because that would actually give us a passive ability that meant every time we cast a spell would actually do map-wide like healing to our army. So having a Lord, like having the enemy Lord trapped at the end and just slowly whittling him down gives you ages to cast a ton of spells and basically proc that passive, but yeah, sadly he was just one level too low to grab that just yet, so. Send the Tomb Scorpion in as well. There we go. Decisive victory. Alright. Nice. Yeah, so most of the units did get away, but we should be able to follow up and wipe them out now. Since they didn't bother even moving like away from settlements. More gold, very nice. Yeah, we're just going to take money again here. Yeah, so they're just super dead at this point. Let's do our level up. Okay, so 4th point for our Lord. I need to take a 4th skill point before I can go up to his lightning strikes, so I have to choose one of these. Rating's completely useless, like the money from it's just negligible. I don't think I need to spend a point from him on this, but yeah, I think I'll just go for 1 jar. Alright, and this Restless Dead is ability I was talking about, so yeah, so it's active if he's casting. So if he's casting any of his other spells, it basically gives everyone, all my units on the field, 56 hit points of healing, which is not a lot, but if you're casting multiple spells over the course of the battle, it does actually heal your troops up and can actually resurrect dead skeletons and stuff, so it's pretty nice. And Necrotect will go for Restore, so this lets me be way more aggressive with the Tomb Scorpion because I can repair it for reasonable amounts of health with that ability. It's too bad it only works on constructs, and I don't have any others yet, but yeah, it's still pretty good I think. Alright, so we should still have most of our movement left after wiping these guys out. Yeah, I could even just auto-resolve that. Sure. The auto-resolve is typically does a bit more damage to your troops, but the bar of power was sufficiently in our favour that I figured, like, it's not really a risk. Alright, so what's the plan now? think I stay here and heal for 1 turn and avoid getting the revolt again. Oh, maybe that was a reason to put 1 point into the public order, actually. Should have thought about that. Yeah. Because... No, I guess it's fine. I'm heading down this way anyway. I don't need to... Like, the Bretonnians aren't going to have another army on the way. Actually, maybe they do. That's interesting. I was going to say, yeah, if they didn't have any more troops, like, I can come down here, because the revolt's going to appear here. It always appears next to the capital, or the main settlement in the province. So, that's going to appear here. I also want to, like, put the dwarves off from attacking if possible. Let's get going on the archer building. Got a nice amount of gold there. Another level up for this guy. I'm going to go for the protection spell. Yep. And over here start on combat boosts. Yep. Can't get the second tier of this until level 5, so... And I think these two abilities these two abilities just aren't that strong when you only have 1 construct unit. Like, the restore I kind of like, but pass on the other 2 for now. Alright, 5 more turns until we get our second army. That is what we are playing for. That is what we're waiting for here. So let's leave the army here for 1 turn and replenish. Let's send the Necrotect out to try and spot any Bretonnians.
Moving.
So there's no military... Okay, that's a little interesting. There's no military presence, so there's no one in the town. But looking at this, they still have, like, an army somewhere. Maybe they're sending them by sea as well. Oh, that's fine. I mean, that doesn't matter if they are, right? Yeah, we'll have to just play this by ear. If the army appears by sea, I'm not sure what I'll do. I was going to plan to move down this way, let the revolt happen, then take out the revolt the first turn it appears. But I don't want to expose Sorcerer's Islands in the meantime. Anyway, I think that's all for this turn. Do I want to build anything here? I think the answer is still no. Like, the thing is, apart from maybe getting extra growth, which would let me build up my settlements faster, I'm so starved for gold, and like, you get so little gold from building this building chain, and the other buildings I can get have relatively little impact, so it looks kind of dumb to just leave these slots with nothing in, but I don't think I want to spend anything just yet. There's also this, like, I really want to be able to get as many Casket of Souls as possible, and this is coming back in 8 turns, so if I want to do that I need another 5,000 gold. So yeah, that's something else I'm just sort of waiting for. Okay.
I have risen.
I could force march to here. No. I was going to say I could force march to here, let the revolt happen this turn, but I think that's a little risky. I'm just a bit suspicious about where the Bretonnians' other army is. Oh, on the other hand, the dwarves have moved out by the looks of it. Yeah, but that's actually that's also an argument against force marching to here. The next few turns could definitely be tricky, but I think I want to just play it safe. As I explained before, it's not actually so bad if this gets captured. It's giving us a bit of extra income and growth, but like, not much else. Okay, so we can see that the dwarves have started raiding over here. Still military presence of 8 here, so is this going to be a full stack? I'm not sure. Alright, and the Bretonnians have put their army back in Lashiak. Okay. Now caught between a rock and a hard place. in terms of being unable to defend both settlements at once. And because of the raiding, I'm pretty close to having a revolt, even if I keep my army where it is. Did get rank 7 on him. That's good. I'm not at all worried about fighting the Bretonnian army with my army. It's just a question of I don't want them to capture the settlement. But actually, it takes them 2. Yeah, they can't get over here in 1 turn. So if I move down to here, they move out to here. Nah, if I spent the second turn coming south to deal with the revolts or maybe the dwarves, then they'd get to here and I wouldn't be able to do anything about them.
King of Tombs.
I think I want to start by seeing how strong this dwarf army is. I can see it's here on the map, but it's only half a stack. Yeah, but they've got 16 or 17 more units garrisoned that could come to support.
Attend your king, slaves.
I think I moved to here to give myself the most options next turn. I'm not sure this dwarf army will attack here, but they may bring up another army to support. I'm also not sure if the Bretonnians will come out this way, given my army's here. I definitely want the option to be able to kill the revolt army on the turn it spawns, because otherwise it starts to get extra troops, and that becomes annoying. Let's see, I guess there's no downside to recruiting an extra skeleton, just in case I don't end up joining the Necrotech to the army next turn. Let's see. I can imagine using him to scout north next turn, so start doing that.
Submit to your king.
Got everything replenished. I mean, that's why it's so good to pick up the replenishment points on the skill tree. Let's see. One more turn I can recruit another couple of archers, that's good.
I am sculptor and slave driver.
This situation, they can have an army force march from here more or less all the way to Wizard Calif's palace, so I'm still not comfortable at all, like, building up this settlement, so I think I'm done for the turn.
I am critic proof.
One option with the Necrotect in the future is to actually block armies. I didn't think of that. It's not guaranteed to work, it'll be about 50-50, but stopping an enemy army from moving its full movement range can be really powerful. Okay, so here's the Rebellion army. There's a new war that's over in Lustria, so it's not really concerning us right now, but it's kind of good that, like, we're obviously just happy if other people are fighting, right? If everyone is only fighting us, that's a problem. Okay, so they came and besieged us. The dwarves backed off. Or maybe not, actually. I did not see where they went. They must have gone backwards, right? If they went into ambush stance, they didn't move. Like, I didn't see them walking across. So if they went into ambush stance, it would only be over here. Let's see what's in this army. We can do that for free by just attacking from the garrison, then declining. Ooh. Oh, this is interesting. So they have 2 Screaming Skull catapults that we actually have a chance to capture with our army. Yeah, this is... I mean, these units are quite strong, but there's so few of them that I'm not worried about that. Definitely don't want to take them on with just the garrison. But this attack looks pretty juicy. Okay, the Bretonnians have moved up there. Ah. So yeah, this is like the the decision point. Yeah, like the question is, do I make this attack here? I can obviously beat this army. I have a small chance of capturing the 2 catapults, but it's only a small chance. And if I do that, then for sure I can't protect Sorcerer's Islands. Like, I'll lose that 100%. Let me... I think I don't want to lose this. I think the settlement's too powerful, too valuable. I think I'd rather bait the Bretonnians over and fight them again, and accept the fact the revolt army is getting stronger. So, I'm trying to remember, like, what happens if they actually take the settlement. Do they just blow it up, or do they actually capture it? I feel like they might actually capture it, which would be kind of good, because that would mean the dwarves wouldn't get it. Like, the worst case scenario in terms of losing the settlement is for the dwarves to get it, because then they can start building up their, you know, more recruitment, make more money from it and stuff. But if the rebels hold it, that's really not that bad.
Not even Nagash can challenge me.
Yeah, I got the archer building finished.
The day of awakening nears. Nehekara rises from the sands.
Okay, I'm not going to come fight this army. I'm going to scout.
I humbly go.
Try and find the Bretonnians. Don't see them. Alright.
Obey me.
So I can get back to here, but that's only because of this extra movement, right? Yeah. So I think I want to come over here,
March.
go into ambush stance.
Strike on my command. Only death awaits.
Nectect, let's scout a little way this way.
Move, slaves. Ever
I'm not seeing dwarves anywhere.
Move. Arise and move.
So weird.
Move, my creations.
I was planning to... I figured they'd just be like over here somewhere, but they've walked all the way back. Unless they have another army... They had an army of 10 units, right? Where's that army? Yeah, it's not here. I think it must have gone like up this way.
There is no challenge here.
Yeah. I'd love to have this guy involved in any fight against the Bretonnians to get more experience, but... I really don't want... Okay, here's this guy. That's good. So I think we can kind of predict what he's going to do. He can't attack the settlement this turn. He's either going to force march to here or like come down here. That's all fine. Where did those dwarves go? I do not want the dwarves to be able to attack me out of nowhere. That's for sure. Alright, well, no worries. I'll leave the Lich Priest over here. I guess in that case I can actually scout a bit from this way. I think that other dwarf army might have gone into ambush stance. We'll see at the end of this turn, I think.
The ultimate shrine.
Yeah, once we get a second army I can start recruiting a couple more heroes too, which would be really good for this scouting. Like, it's so important to know where your enemies are when you're... Like, we're in a situation like this where, you know, we can't be everywhere at once. Alright, let's pass the turn. This revolt gets stronger, which is not great, of course, but as I explained, like, I'd lose this settlement for sure if I came down to defeat them, and I think doing it the way I've done it is better. Yeah, so they did the same as what they did basically the first time, which is fine with me. And they didn't launch the attack. Okay, that's good, but they did get more units. Alright, so this time they did like the smart thing, and they didn't like position themselves within the zone of control of the town for no reason, so I won't get to use the garrison. But they're on forced march, and it's still just massed like cavalry, so that is not going to be a problem at all. The dwarves seem to have pulled all their troops back now. Yeah, 26 or 27 in the settlements. If the dwarves want to be more passive, that's fine. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I've been going 2 hours or so, I think. So I would say I've got off to a pretty good start. I still have both settlements, although I am going to lose this one, unfortunately. But we've survived, and we're going to have a new army in 2 turns. And even though initially that army is going to just be like a full stack of skeletons, plus a lord, that is still a huge help with having this war on 2 fronts. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm pretty excited to see how far I can go with this campaign. I know it's slow moving, and I'm being super cautious because I don't want to be at war with even more people at once, but yeah, I think it'll definitely get more interesting. Once I can field more armies, I'll be able to go out and actually finish these annoying guys off and start taking territory and stuff, so yeah. It's looking pretty good. Alright, that's all for this video, and see you for the next one.